How's it going? Wooden Spoon Supercoach here, your source of the worst Supercoach advice on the internet. Some big score lines on the weekend in the trials, so a lot of players doing pretty well, a lot of players doing pretty shit. Before we get into that though, just quickly, the pool is up to $91. We are so close to 100. I actually got both of these myself. I didn't comment Nonu, that was like a last minute one, and I thought, fuck it, I'll just throw it into the pool. Why not? But the AFB one I did comment, which is nice. So we're looking healthy with these numbers. And yeah, bets for next week, same thing, comment whatever you want. And honestly, I think we'll just keep doing it that way because it's much easier. Anyway, back to the trials. First one, Raiders 10, Sharks 40. This doesn't really reflect how well the Raiders played in the first half. I was so impressed, particularly with KO Weeks. He's already in my team. There was just one moment where he caught the ball. There was just nothing on. He sprints all the way around the back, sort of in his 10, burns a couple of guys, length of the field, assist. It was beautiful. And then Ricky said he can have a seat after that, and he's seen enough. So that's not great for Chevy Stewart. He didn't look bad, but after Week's performance, I think the spot is his. So Smith is with the most tackles along with Nikora. Chevy the most run meters. He was on for a lot longer, but fuck, that run from KO was so nice. So the minutes here are useless, but I'm just going to use this list to... Actually, no, I've got this list here. Tamale. He didn't score that well, but he was tackle busting, offloading, running hard. He passed the eye test even though he didn't score well. But he's still a trap. Don't go there. Do not go there. Unless... I know Hopewadi's been named at center a couple of times, but it's just too risky. We will get other options. Wateni Zalesniak has injured his wrist or hand, I don't remember. So someone's going to come in to replace him. Could be a cheapy option there. So I just don't think it's worth it with Tamale, honestly. Fogarty was looking good again. Solid with the boot, as usual. Strange, electric, as usual. It was weird to see Tamale and Albert Hopewadi combining on the same edge when they're going for the same spot, and they did make each other look good, which you've got to respect. I was just taking notes during this game, and twice in caps lock I've just got these fucking roll balls. At least it's in the trials, and yeah, look, it's going to be annoying in the season, but it'll go against you and for you. It's just another one of those themes, unfortunately. The karate chop assists from Mulatalo. Let's quickly swap over to him. God, where the fuck? There we go. Ronnie Mulatalo. The first time he attempted it, he almost MMA'd whoever the fuck was catching it. He just stuck his arm out like that. Wasn't trying to catch it, but was just trying to disrupt the other guy catching it. Nearly karate chops him in the face. Commentators have a laugh about it. And then 20 minutes later or so, someone's going to catch the ball on the 10. He comes through, karate chops the ball backwards straight to a support runner. Try assist. I can't believe it hasn't been done before. It's so clever. So it's not really relevant. Like, I think once teams know he's going to be doing that, it's probably easy to counter, but whatever. I remember watching the game and just thinking, who is this giant number 20 the Sharks have just brought on? And it was Hautapua. And as soon as I had that thought, he is try involvement straight away. He passed it to Hines, I believe. He threw a nice cutout pass to whoever the right winger was. Yeah, and then he scored a try himself in the second half. I love what I saw from Tapua. If he gets a spot, which injuries would probably have to happen, but if I see his name pop up, I'm buying him. Hines wasn't kicking. He was throwing nice cutout passes and getting semi-involved, but if he's not kicking, I don't want him. Apparently, I want to say it was like a hip adductor strain, something like that. Yeah, he was in my team before this week, and now it's just, I don't want to play risks with my 750k halfback, so I've just popped Ches back in, and I'm quite happy with that. Where are we up to here? Great first half of footy before it broke down a bit in the second half with not much to mention other than Vaila getting a bee's dick away from the best trials try I've seen. If you know, you know. Go back and watch the KO mini if you haven't seen it. That was really, really fucking cool. So moving on to the Eels now. Eels versus Knights. There was a few carve-ups this weekend. Dylan Brown looked really good early, running the ball. In defence, a little bit questionable. Tuolagi. There's too many Tulangis. Tuolagi. I see why he's an option now, and I might have to work him in if he is playing 80 minutes especially. He's in the same spot as Cartwright was when he was like must-have territory. Josh Papali'i, I don't really know how to pronounce that, but not big Josh Papa, mini Papa. He looks good. He was impressive. I know I'm just looking at tries here and that doesn't indicate everything, but I'll go over my notes here in a sec. I did only watch the KO mini for this one. But yeah, Brown's attacking flair looking strong with a try and a try assist. Marzu doing what Mars do, scoring tries, standard shit. Is Sharp at 5'8" good for him? Is that going to mean Ponga's going to swing to that side, get over to Marzu? I've got Dylan Lucas in my centre wing at the moment. Or do I? I think I did have him. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to pop Marzu in because if we do get that kind of left edge that we saw a few seasons ago and he's only 500k, he should be a lot more high earned. Great pass and try assist from Iongi, but he was good, but he didn't make me scared to not have him. And I don't know if I mentioned before, but KO Weeks straight into my team lets me do 4 gun fullbacks, gun-ish, which is sick. Latrell, Turbo, Pappenhausen, KO Weeks. Love it. Absolutely love it. What was I on about? Yeah. Starting to see why people like Tuolungi as an option. Will Price fullback is just not it. Like, I feel sorry for the kid. It is just a trial, but fuck, he was a bit lost back there. He wasn't terrible, but you know, when he's missing tackles in all the replays and shit, it doesn't look great. Not much game from the second half here, so we'll move on to the Cowboys and the Dolphins. Another fucking carve up with a fucking half century. Cowboys, I know it's just a trial, but Cowboys are fucking shot. Which edge was it that was just dog shit? I'm pretty sure it was the left edge. He was on the right side, and Nonu scored a hattie on the left. Yeah, it was like every single time they just went to the right, they had like 2 or 3 numbers on them, and it's like, this is, I mean, it's not first grade technically, but it's a trial for first grade, and it didn't fucking look like it. I'm really worried about the Cowboys. In saying that, Derby was on the other side. His 1-on-1 defense looked solid early. I'm pretty sure he was on the side that didn't get torched. Correct me if I'm wrong. And his desperation was good to see. Even that time he went into touch and the bunker missed it, he still was trying to let it go, but it's hard to explain. If you watch the game, you know what I mean. He looks like he's putting a lot of effort in. The Cowboys, cheapies aside, I'm not touching them. They just look worrying. Their draw's gross. Nah, not for me. Finns, I don't think there's a whole heap of relevance with them. Player stats, Dolphins, here we go. Yeah, look, any of these guys' options. Kai Ward. Was it Kai Ward that No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, moving on from that one, I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit and just stick to the Supercoach relevant guys. Warriors 36, Storm 10. This was Storm's like 7th grade team. We'll start with the Warriors. Ali Leota, great tip on early. Could he fill in for Wateni Zalesniak, or has Edward Cossey got it? That'll be interesting to see. Luke Metcalf is now a Spoon certified must-have. 2 for 2 for 40-20s, 60% with the kicking in the trials. There's room for improvement there, but fuck, he should be 100% owned now. A KO Weeks Metcalf combo in the halves has me absolutely frothing. Tuapiki was back and firing. That was good to see. So his injury clearly wasn't super serious. RTS looking good on the wing. Don't know if I'll go him. I don't know if I'm sold. Yeah, I'd have to see it first. And then even if I see it first, he'll go up. There's just better options, I think. Voimaga looking decent as a cheap option, but Aaron Clark looking worth the extra money. So take either of them, but probably not both. If you can afford, it goes without saying. If you can afford it, take Clark. If not, take Voimaga. I'll be taking Voimaga. Storm, literally no relevance. We'll have a quick look. Falongo, yeah, nah. Wishart, nah. Don't care. Manly, Souths, here we go. This was a fucking amazing game. I know I'm a Manly fan, but it was just so good to watch. Like, early, if you've watched the Manly Way documentary, you can see the DNA showing even in the younger guys, which is really reassuring. They're all giving 110%, particularly Clayton Falalo. He was everywhere. He was great. Anyway, I'll stop glazing them and I'll get to the relevant stuff. So Manly controlled 95% of this game before letting in a bunch of tries right before the siren, which it's worrying that that's translating from our first grade team last year into our reserve grade team. Let's just hope it's a fluke. It is just a trial. Anyway, we looked great in attack and great in defense for most of the game. We have some great depth this year. So Lehigh with 193 run meters in 16 runs. He was massive. He honestly, like, obviously, if Turbo goes down this year, touch wood, I will be devastated, obviously. But I won't be like, fuck, our season's over. Hopewadi, he can do a job back there. He's great. We probably can't win a comp, but at least we can get into finals and get some of these younger guys a bit more finals experience. I think we're in a really good spot to either win a comp with Turbo or to set up to win a comp without him. Not as in set up while he's gone and then bring him in to win the comp, because we need him to win the comp. Anyway, Takaiaho had an 100% tackle efficiency. What did he score? Do we have... No, we don't. Anyway, he looked really good. He could be an option. We have to see it first, though. Dean Madison was really dynamic. I liked him a lot. I didn't even realize he was playing 5'8". He looked more like an edge or something. He's huge. And then I saw him put a grubber in. I'm like, oh shit, he can kick. So he looked really nice as well. If Manly, we always seem to get smashed by injuries, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these guys end up getting a run. Both the hookers looked really good. Simpkin started off and combined with Toff Sipley for a great try saver on the goal line. And Chan Kam Tong also looked strong. He had a lovely try assist, little just dink over the top to the winger. And he just looks like he has so much fun out there. And he just looks like he'd be really fun to play with. I can see why people love this guy. Vunga, he nearly killed someone. But luckily, it wasn't even a penalty because he got it right. But Jai Gray was falling kind of into the tackle, and Vega was just barreling at full pace and luckily got low enough. Like, he could have killed the guy. It was fucked. But, God, you can't say he didn't give it a crack. Jake Arthur, I was really impressed with. His defense was really good, and he was handy in attack. He's really, really improved, and there's lots of raps on him coming out of Manly. Manly's defense in the first 20, I was so stoked with. On the goal line, didn't let anything in. Let's not talk about later in the game when we shit the bed a bit, but whatever. Clayton Falalo looked great, Supercoach option of the future. Dean Madison looked dynamic. Jai Gray was good. Getting onto the Rabbitohs now because they did pretty terribly. The scoreline doesn't reflect how bad they were. But yeah, Jai Gray was good. Probably the shining light in that 80 minutes for the team. Dodd was okay in defense, but an absolute dud in attack. I can't recommend him as a Supercoach pick. Marmazelis, not spectacular. You know, just doing his tackles. I think he'll be a slow burn. Him and Sandon, with Sandon scoring pretty badly, might need to rethink that and potentially get someone in for one of those guys. That's what I'll be thinking about anyway. Another half century. I didn't watch this game at all. So I heard Corey Pakes did really well. Speak of the devil, there's a hooker that we can consider instead of Marmazelis. Corey Pakes. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's have a look at... Good boot there on Madden. Let's have a look at the stats of the Broncos. Oh, this is going to be a pain. It's not going to let me scroll. I can't really... Let's just use this. Chris Randall, Billy Walters. Okay, most tackles by Billy. So, are we going to see a Billy Walters, Corey Pakes combination? I don't know how much Billy Walters is, but I feel like you could probably go either of them, especially if he's going to be making 32 tackles a game. Karapani, don't know if he's relevant, to be honest. Dean Mariner apparently was really good. I heard that Jesse Arthurs was okay, but the thing is with him, I think he's going to be so try-reliant. He does fuck all when he's not scoring points. I don't have any notes on this game, so we'll move on to Bulldogs and Wests. I love the Bulldogs' new logo. It's very... I don't know, it doesn't look like clip art like the fucking Tigers. I kind of half-watched this game. I was playing Balatro at the same time, which is a fucking amazing game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend. But the notes I've only got 3. Galvin controlling well and just looking good in general. Mason is very talented. I think he's good backup if Buller goes down, because I think Buller does have a little bit of a injury problem, or he did, I don't know. But yeah, Skelton wasn't spectacular, but he was on the opposite wing that we want him on. So maybe he's a better look next week. But I am wary with him. He's in my team at the moment, and the game didn't convince me, put it that way. Skelly, his kick returns do look powerful, and he did get 4 tackle busts and a line break, which are good signs. So with those kind of stats and a try, I'm talking myself back into it. Yeah, I didn't really look at the rest. I think one of the Finus got injured, I think. Anyway, St. George and Sydney, I also didn't watch this too closely. Roosters, I did say in my going over the teams list, I was like, are the Roosters going to get towelled up? I was like, no, they won't get towelled up, but they well and truly got towelled. Dragons, looking cohesive and not terrible, but we'll see how they do. I don't know if I'll be buying any of them yet. Damien Cook. Oh, actually, Kyle Flanagan. He looked great. He could be an option. If you're not going 2 guns in the halves. But with Dodd being a bit shit, if I was picking between Dodd, I'd pick Flanagan, 100%. Val Holmes looks good. Yeah, Dragons are just not that relevant, honestly. Like, we need to see how they go against a team that isn't decimated and that isn't full of reserve graders. I'm not sold on them yet, but they did look alright. Nafahu White stocks are going up. I think just pick him, lock and load him. The Couchmans, they're always kind of teetering on relevance. I think they could get a go. Sione Finau. Did I write anything else here? Here we go. Couchman, Flanagan. Oh, Pacifici. Yeah, that's right. Pacifici Tonga. He's in my team as a cheapie. He looked fucking fantastic. But yeah, Flanagan, Couchman, they all looked good for the Dragons, while White looked strong for the Roosters. I wasn't watching too closely because I didn't want to spend my entire weekend watching footy. But yeah, that's all of it. I also didn't watch the All-Stars game. I heard it was a bit more of like a gritty, low-scoring game, which can be fun to watch, and I think we'll get a few of those in the early seasons of round 1. But yeah, we'll go back to this. Cool. So you can see that we have a first, second, and third here. I'm only going to comment my own bets until comments are flowing and we're getting enough. So try and catch up to me, $36. That's not going to... Well, I might put a couple more on at the start of the year, but second and third, whoever finishes the highest in this little first, second, and third for winning bets may get a prize at the end of the year. We'll see. I'll definitely get something, and I'll make it so that I can't win the prize, obviously. So if I come first, whoever comes second will get it. Cool. I won't go over the teams lists on for next week. I'll just watch them. I've got a few videos planned that I want to do instead of trials related stuff that I want to do before the season anyway. So keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to join the league. It's completely free. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, which you probably are because I haven't been doing this very long. Sorry, this is a bit of a more off the cuff video. I had a big fucking day today and I'm tired, but got to get this Supercoach shit done because we got to keep that pool rising, and we're nearly there. We're nearly there. All this preparation will be worth it soon. Righto, hooroo.